Happy New Year. Anybody joining us? Happy New Year. Us. I guess us is me and my multiple personalities. I don't really have multiple personalities. But I'm gonna just wait because I know I had said that I know that I said that I was gonna go live every Sunday at 12 app to talk about Ready to Love. And it's like, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 12:35. So I'm 35 minutes behind. So hopefully y'all join me. Hi, Isis. Hi, Miss Nora J. Hi, G Ward. Happy New Year. Listen, for about 5 seconds here, I was like, ain't nobody gonna join. It's gonna be me chatting by myself. Hey, Patricia. Listen, I was a little like this much nervous. I haven't put up my review yet, but I am gonna put up my review. I just want to chat. I just want to chat. I just want to chat. I want to see how you feel if you've watched Ready to Love. Is it episode 11? Reason, season, or a lifetime? I just want to chat and see how y'all feeling about it. Cause I got thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna share most of them in my actual review, but I want to hear how you feel. And I really should have done it the other way because I don't want y'all to influence my thought process for the review. Hey, Lynette girl. Hey, D. You know what? Thank you, Miss Norma J. You're so sweet. I appreciate it because sometimes I don't be feeling gorgeous. But I told myself, hey, Mac, I told myself that this year I was not going to have any negative self talk or self doubt about me. I know I said that last year. It's not a resolution, but as Tammy says, it's an evolution. So I'm going to be I'm modified. I'm going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Conscious. That wasn't the word I was thinking, but I'm going to be more conscious about what comes out of my mouth. So I just want to say thank you. And thank you. Yes, Debbie, thank you from the DMV. I'm feeling some kind of way about this episode too. Like, I don't know. So up at the top. I added the stream in case anybody wants to join me because I'm adding it here. And just in case, just in case, I'm making it home. So never mind. What should we talk about first? Do you want to just jump right in on Shiloh and Phil, or do you want to talk about some of them other people? I know who I want to talk about. I want to talk about Sydney. And her and Phil are kind of the same. Like, are stringing people along just because. And let me see. I'm from DB, and Phil was smart not to be following Shiloh, not to be following or to be following her down an alley. I feel like his intent was to protect her, and she was so hot headed. So, not hot headed, because she has every right to feel how she feels, the energy that was given off during that conversation. Let's back up for a second. Let's rewind so we can, those who don't watch and just want to be in here with us, just so they can be aware of what we're talking about. So we're talking about Shiloh and Phil. So the previous episode, Shiloh poured her heart out and said that she chose Phil, and Phil gave her a peck, which kind of for me was misleading. Instead of maybe affirming her with a peck and saying, I'm still, going through the process. I do like Shiloh. I'm not ready to commit. But I do like you and want to see where we'll go or whatever. But he should not have like kissed her, affirming her and making her feel like she should be there. I mean, like they should be like not that she should be there, but that they should be, or that he had chosen her too. That's how I read it, or at least that he was going to. And then so they went to a club. Okay, we setting it up. They went to a club, honey, and she said, you know what? I started feeling like, well, he really didn't answer my question. So I need to ask about it. And she used that opportunity in the club to ask him where she stood. How do you feel about me? I chose you. What's up? And he was like, this the part though. And he was like, you good. You know what? I got you. It's a process. again, vague answers that when somebody has put their self out on the line, let me not say their heart, but just put themselves out on the line, that you might feel away. You know what I'm saying? You might feel like, I'm out here dangling. Now I got an attitude. So, um, it escalated. She kept asking because she wanted to answer. Like she was trying to force him to answer when he was trying to be the nice guy and not really hurt her feelings. Because him not giving a direct answer for me always has said he already made his choice and it wasn't you. Like, I'm not about to be pressing you about no shit. I'm gonna keep it a band. I'm not gonna pressure you about what it is you want. I might ask where we going. Where do you see this as? What do so that I can get an understanding of what level of relationship we have. If we FWBs, so be it. But say that if we platonic friends, say what it is that you want. And so I can see her getting just more and 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 more upset about the situation. So it got heated, I guess, and they were yelling and screaming, and they went outside, child. And she was, because she needed a moment. I know about getting enraged and needing to step away so I don't continue to escalate it. But I think she was saying that she just said she wanted to step away, and she was going down an alleyway. It was 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was following her, and she wasn't coming back or responding to him saying, I guess, hey, come back, I don't want you to go that far. He literally picked her up and took her back to a safer space. Okay, that's the scene. Okay, for people who don't watch the show, that's the scene. Because what we need to, I want you to know what we're talking about, and you can have an opinion on it even if you haven't watched it, since I set up the framework so nicely. Okay, I think his intentions were good, but he handled it the wrong way. Okay, Deborah and Isis say DC alleys and the DMV at 5 a.m. are not safe. So that tells you again that Shiloh's not from that area, because she would have known that it wasn't safe, and maybe I should just walk towards the car or walk in the parking lot. I didn't know y'all clubs and stuff was open at 5 a.m. Were they outside? What time y'all clubs close? Because here in LA, they close at 2. You got to find an after hours, okay, to go. They close at 2, like the liquor stores here close at 2. Let me see. No, Miss Norma just said, but I also think that Shiloh, hold on, wait, I didn't move. It was butthurt about Phil not feeling her the way that she was feeling him, caused her to blow it out of proportion. That's a thing. That's the thing. And it's also a thing when you ask a question, be prepared for the fucking answer that they're going to give you. Because if you have to ask, and it's evident to me that you may not, let me not say if you have to ask, because that's not fair. We ask so that we have clear understanding, so that we have clarity. But you have the energy. And she asked because she felt that he wasn't that he didn't give her a straight answer. She wanted him to say, I want you to be with me too. And I want you to want me too. So just like I want you, I'm showing my age, but I'm glad to be 45 and alive. Shiloh did the exact same thing to Phil that Tyrone did to her. She focused fully on Phil and no one else. Yes, and then the one person that was all in head over heels for her, Tyrone, is gone. Right, even though he had them, I said he had crazy eyes, and someone who watches came in his defense, talked about how he has PTSD, and that's how they be looking. Anyway, let me see. Shiloh is too pushy in the process. They act like they smashed. I don't know. You think she smashed him? Because she would have been worse. She said she was brokenhearted. She did say she was disheartened by what happened. She told Tyrone she wanted to go through the process, but she didn't want to give Phil the same courtesy. Well, now, listen, I think, yes, she did do the same thing, but to a certain extent. She told that to Tyrone early on, like he was in love with her on episode 2, which was, to me, too soon, right? Had he not expressed that, maybe he could have made it a little longer, and maybe she would have had other options. Let me see. It was that time to make a choice. He should have told her that he was feeling Sydney instead of stringing her along. My thoughts exactly, Patricia. Oh, I'm sipping on just water. This is okay. So doing the Daniel fast for 21 days, which is really plant-based, plant-based. That's all I got to tell you. So this is just water and some fruit to make me feel like I'm drinking something that's tasty. No, Phil didn't do the same to Shiloh as Tyrone, because Shiloh did not protect Tyrone and allow him to be voted off because she wasn't interested. Thank you, Kirby. Happy New Year. I'm gonna show y'all. He gave me a little pocket change. I could buy me a Starbucks when I come off this Daniel fast. So we're doing fine. We're doing actually great. The boys is in their separate respective places, and I decided to come video from my bedroom because the internet is here, and I feel like it's not gonna give me any like breakups. So that's why it looks a little different to everybody. Let me see. Yeah, but we're at the end of the show. Now she should be asking these questions. I agree that the questions should be asked. However, she already knew the answer. And then she even said how defensive he had gotten showed that she knew the answer. She knew the answer before. She was unclear when they were on the retreat, but she knew the answer when she walked into that damn place. I'ma just tell you. Hey J-Dub, Happy New Year, babe. Let me see. Shiloh's not the only one that was triggered. So was Phil. Okay, Elodie. He was triggered by her safety. Is that what you're saying? I mean, because quite possible. Her response has me feeling like there was far more that interaction than what we will ever know. You're not the only one that just said. Somebody else just said that. Was it Miss Norma J? It wasn't time to make a decision as they are still going through the process. It wasn't? ISIS. I don't know, because the next episode they choosing. They doing pick me's, right? This is me. It's my turn. I'm nervous. I hope they reciprocate. Ain't that what they said? It's time. They actually should have made a choice. They should be actually knowing who they want or want to be with for this process. Because, we know these relationships be fake and they don't fucking last. But for this process, they should have shared something. They should be saying something. Where you going? Oh, y'all always together, ain't you? You going to buy Best Buy? No. Because you said you was going to take my camera for me, remember? Look how he walking away. I'm talking to the oldest one, who is ignoring me, who's going with his dad. Let me see. She looked shook. She was very much so. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Let me just keep reading what y'all saying. She said she felt hurt emotionally. He hurt her emotionally. Did you start today? Oh, you did. You say I started today too, Miss Norton. Well, honey, is you following me? Am I following you so we could keep each other in support? No burning pancakes this Sunday. Nah, he in the bed. He in the bed, honey. He been having attitude all week. He in the bed. So it's the boy hormones happening. Shiloh knew when Phil gave that fake kiss at the retreat. I'm going to be in agreement. And that's why she wanted to come back and get clarity. And like I said last time, I knew it. Some of y'all knew it. Some of y'all were okay with him giving that peck and confusing her further. Because she said it. Let me see. If being triggered is letting the past affect how you move, Phil is letting his past alley interactions fear. Okay. So he said he had alley interactions. And what I think he said was that he knew they were unsafe. I don't know if he said that he had been in one of them alleys, but we're going to go with it. I think that if anything, he wanted to make sure he protected her. And what he did say was he was taken aback when she said that he was emotionally trying to hurt her. And I don't think that statement was meant for the alley. Okay. When she talked about she felt he was emotionally trying to hurt her, it was the whole stringing her along, knowing that he felt a way about someone else and not sharing that with me, because that's where some emotional hurt comes in. I really think that she might have been uncomfortable with him picking her up and moving her. She knew that he wasn't trying to hurt her. That did affect her. Yes. But I think what affected her more was the fact that he did not share how he really felt. Like, I like you. I think you cool, but I don't see us moving. She even talked about them having communication issues. And for me, speaking different languages when we communicate, because regardless of what we say, we all understand what people are saying. It's just the way we're delivering it. Are we being authentic? Are we being direct? Because if I ask you to give me the peanut butter, you're gonna pass me the peanut butter. But if I start talking about my feelings, sometimes we aren't as authentic and honest as we should be with what we're feeling. I'm guilty of it too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not exempt from not always articulating what I say or what I want or what I need correctly. I have to go back and correct myself. Like I have to go back and hear myself say, the oh shit, this wasn't delivered correctly. And I feel like that's what she meant when she said she was emotionally he was emotionally trying to hurt her because he wasn't clear. And that was one of the things that they have talked about the entire time. He had even mentioned before about her having a way of making you be vulnerable or wanting you to be vulnerable or asking questions that make you pull stuff out. So that's the thing. Okay. Hey Lori, let me go up because y'all moving and y'all know I like to see what y'all say. I know like I be on other people's lives silently. I don't hardly ever ever comment, but I be wanting to read the comments. Like, so we reading the comments, okay? They still meeting friends and family. They should be meeting friends. I don't know. Yeah, they are still meeting friends and family, but they knew that in a couple episodes it would be over. So I don't know, Isis. We're gonna be on the fence. Let me see. What did Vita say? What she say? You clapping at? Oh, she said hi. Okay. This episode was a bit boring. You think so, V? I'm still weighing my options on decision day. This season has moved slow with the people choosing folks, though. I said Shiloh needed to be careful with Phil. He was moving suspect. You did, Patricia. You said that long time ago, 2-3 episodes ago, to be careful. Shiloh should have told Phil prior to this incident that was her trigger. I wonder what kind of conversations they're having. Granted, we know that they may have known each other for 12 weeks, so they don't have a lot of time, and they're dating all these different people. So I'm wondering what kind of conversations that they're having. That was something that was missed. I mean, but really, you ain't go. I don't know. I will. I might. Some people might not be like in the first 3 conversations. So yeah, I was in a somewhat abusive relationship, and this is a trigger. And she said, what did she say? I felt like he didn't respect me. Where I don't agree with that. I got fruit in my mouth now. Sorry. Your triggers are your own, but keep your hands to yourself. And how is she an intimacy coach? Listen, the Aries in me, we be as coaches be working through our own shit too. Okay, listen, I ain't gonna even lie. We help people, and sometimes little do our clients know they're helping us too. They're helping. We have to figure out ways to keep them accountable for their, the things, the goals that they want. And so when they're doing that, sometimes we have an aha moments like too, like, oh shit. I know I'll tell my clients in a heartbeat, I want to thank you for sharing that experience because it opened my eyes to X, Y, and Z. So I don't know. I mean, intimacy though, what I do? Y'all, can y'all see me? I didn't move it. There we go. I didn't touch the what's the thing called on your thing? The moving mouse pad. I heard that was the NYC way is to caveman your woman over the shoulder. Don't do it. Don't do it. J-Dub, don't do it. I understand where the emotional hate came through. It was definitely the communication because she said he was deflecting. That emotional part, I can totally understand it too. Like honestly, because of what she said she wanted it. Hey Michelle, girl, happy New Year. He seems like a person who is an ineffective communicator when he is uncomfortable in an uncomfortable situation. He is one of those guys who avoid the truth to spare feelings. He is. But when they did that X episode, didn't she say that she said that he was not a good communicator? Who was there? It was not Shiloh, it was Sydney and Tasia, and she said that he wasn't an effective communicator. I want you to comment on my channel. I'm gonna comment. Because I watch all the time. I just be watching on my TV, and so when you watching on your TV, it's not the same. But watch me comment. You're gonna be like, if she don't stop commenting, how's she coming for my spot as a number one commentator? Commenter. How is she coming for my spot as a number one commenter? I'm kidding. I'm not. But uh I will comment, Jada. The emotional hurt came. Okay, wait, we said that. Hey y'all, I'm hey fam you. Okay, so listen, I have to he talking to Michelle though. I have to sip my drink. Well, I'm weighing my options with another YouTuber. I will when we finish here. 100%. I didn't know you had a channel. I didn't know you had a channel either. Or did I? Tell us what it is in the comments. Oh, okay. I mean, are you following me from channel to channel? Girl, we both was looking like, what? Wait a minute. I follows all my Ray of Sunshines that have channels. Wasn't she just asking him to show affection publicly last episode? Shiloh has some more work to do. Nay, I think she was because she thought he was interested in her. She was because he thought that she was interested in her and wanted, and they were moving in the same direction, hence the reason she decided to pour out her soul, and say I choose you, and wasn't chosen back, and that's a hard thing. And so she does have work to do. Happy New Year, Miss C. I interpreted the emotional comment with Phil demonstrating who had control in the situation. I mean, that's a thought. That's a thought. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it, but that is a thought. Let me see. That was Shiloh and Talisa with Phil's friend. Um, oh, Tasia. Yeah. I'm seeing my name. Child, I was like, I ain't with Phil because Phil ain't a good communicator. Phil don't know how to tell what he feels. What he doesn't express his wants, needs, and desires effectively if they are not positive. I think that if they're positive, he's gonna gush all over you like he does with Shiloh. You can see that they have some sexual energy between the two of them, some chemistry between the two of them. Honey, they was in the hallway and she had her jacket off because she wanted him to touch her skin. Okay, listen, it's a thing. It's chemistry, energy is a thing. Because when she was sitting in there with Tommy, what is he gonna do? Is he sitting as the mediator? Is my question. They do need some kind of coach or somebody. I'm happy to make a special appearance, fly out, for a couple weekends. Will on. I'm available because he ain't really helping solve the situation, right? Because I would have had them walking away talking about expressing themselves like, let's lay it on the line. Listen, this is what y'all signed up for. I think it was interested in her, but when he was interested in her, but not like he was getting ready to get rid of Shiloh, honey. He's choosing Sydney hands down. I felt that the moment they had that kiss. Not only did I feel like that, I felt like he needs to watch out for Sydney before I saw the interaction with Frank, Sydney, and her sister Sarah. Because Frank better choose Mumin because she's not gonna choose him. I don't think so. How they gonna work that next week? If they show up, great. If they don't, for the people that have two people like excuse me, like Frank, like Sydney, I think they're the only two people that have two people that they like. Okay, what I missed? Let me go back up. I'm not. That's a thought. You're giving Jada's feel. It is Elodie. That is a thought. It is a thought. And I did at the end though say, I don't know if I agree with it, but it is a thought. It is a thought, right? Shiloh better call Tyrone. If she did, the first thing he would say is, "Tell me what kind of man would treat his woman so." Listen, I'm about to. Let me see. Bottom line, they smashed, and she realized she opened the cookie jar prematurely. Now, she's probably feeling a little slighted, But when we decide to enter into sexual intimacy, physical intimacy, because we could have intimacy without it being sexual, right? But I mean, like, cross that bridge and do the adult time stuff, right? Me trying to be real, like, I don't know, PG when I'm not. It makes me realize you didn't think about what what may happen if this doesn't work out, because you know that this is a process. So they might have smashed, but the fact of the matter is, guess what? You have to think he might not choose me at the end. And so the decision that I'm making is solely on my own feelings, and I have to deal with that, which for women, it's hard to disconnect the two, in my opinion. You got to do a lot of work to to connect the disconnect, or compartmentalize. The connection between Phil and Sydney is sexual or lust. Agreed, Patricia, but it's strong. It's strong. Tommy mad because they put the show at risk. Phil definitely crossed boundaries, but Shiloh and all that intimacy, child, it didn't go as planned. Phil is still an F boy, Miss Golden. When Sydney came to play, he was no longer interested in Shiloh. Phil was playing the game. He keeps saying, he kept calling out Kyra. He kept pulling Kyra's energy. I'm going through the process. Phil pulled back when Sydney came forward. I agree. Sydney turned Phil into prey, honey. Whatever feelings Phil had for Shiloh went away quicker than Popeyes could run out of chicken. Listen, let me go follow you because you funny. I don't think I follow you. I don't think so. Okay, so y'all remember when Shiloh said her sex is next level? Well, I hope she didn't have sex, because it ain't all about the actual act, but the connection. For me, para me, sex is 80% mental. Para me. So if I'm attracted to you and we have an emotional connection, I feel like it's gonna be great. But if it's just I'm getting my rocks off, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Shiloh is my strongest connection. Oh, have mercy. Y'all remember? Let me see. I need to know what Phil and Shiloh signs are. I think they on the site. I think they on the. I think we talked about one of them too. I think they on. Who gonna go check for us? This happens every scene. Folks have sex with people they aren't interested in, and then end up with egg on their face. Bernicia and Joel. Yes. That's the risk. I feel like it's a risk we run whenever we decide to be intimate with someone, especially if we know we have strong feelings, either side, male or female, because even though we say that men don't have feelings, they actually really do. They just have learned to conceal theirs better. Which one is a Gemini, J-Dub? Okay, so here's the link if y'all want to join me. Oh, I didn't put it on here twice. Hold on. I'm taking bet. $100 says these couples who are ready to love won't last 3 weeks. Oh, we don't have to bet. I'm not taking. That's a losing bet. That is a losing bet. Stay tuned, reviews. That is a losing bet because of the simple fact that it never works out for none of them. Except for dang it, Mario and Reva. That's it. And they wasn't even together. We didn't get to see them together. Both of them. Mm. Oh, they both Geminis? Oh, hell no. That show ain't gonna work. Let me shut up, because I don't want to offend none of my ray of sunshines that's Geminis. And one of my closest friends is a Gemini, and I love her to death. But baby, let me tell you, my baby boy is a Gemini. Baby, let me tell you, they will have you running the gamut in your emotions. Oh, it said Phil's an Aries. Okay, so Phil's an Aries, and Shiloh is. Oh, I think J-Dub was joking. Phil's an Aries, and Shiloh is what? Anybody know? Yeah, I do like Rashad and Simone together, but they did have that one date. Had she not got kicked off, they probably would have went further. But their relationship seems to be budding. Nobody wants to come on here with me. What's up, Elodie? What's up, J-Dub? Y'all don't want to be on the screen? Is that what it is? My brother is a Gemini, and baby, he is a whole ass piece of work. One minute they love you and are in love with you, and the next minute they don't want to be bothered with you, and you ain't even do nothing. It's been the same. Y'all been sitting there together the whole time. Like, you looking like he was just all over me, and now he ain't talking to me and nothing. What he done thought about in 1962 that it made him. Okay, good. I'm glad you on the way, because what's going on? Put on the shirt. I know that's probably what your problem is or something. I actually thought Phil and Shiloh were going to make it. This season was really horrible. I'm a Cancer, Gemini, cusp. Hi, Lodi. Okay, V, look, listen. Hey, girl, hey.
Hi. Let me try to mute I don't know if I have to pause it because I can hear myself going
Yeah,
back.
you either have to mute it, or I guess if you're on your computer, you can't mute it in.
All
Yeah.
right. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. How are you doing
Happy New
today?
Year.
Happy New Year. You look so cute.
Oh, thank you. So do
I love your
you.
hair.
Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes,
I see
yes.
you got your lip gloss popping.
Yeah, a little bit, a little something.
Okay, so tell us what you
Mm,
think. And I'm first off, thank you
mm.
for coming on video. Like,
All right.
yes, honey. Thank you for coming on
I had to
video.
jump up. I said, let me jump on here. I was taking a nap. But I come on
Nap
here.
is life.
Yes, yes. So,
Okay.
Phil and Shiloh, I kind of think it's a really really tough situation. I think they worded it a certain way because when you start accusing people of making you feel unsafe and you feel threatened, you're basically on some testy water. Just using an example of because that show came back, David from the real world. They said something about him, and it's been haunting him for over 30 years. So I think they have to be really, really careful about how they talk about the situation. I do feel like Shiloh probably did do something with Phil allegedly, and she probably confronted him. He wasn't giving her the answers that she was looking for, and she was already mad. And then he decided to try to, even though he was trying to keep her safe, he decided to try to pick her up and keep her from leaving. And if she has any type of trauma, that definitely would have set something off. So I think both sides have valid points, but I do think she's a little bit slighted because of basically him not wanting to be with her. And I don't think Sydney wants to be with him. So I mean, I think she's infatuated with him, but I
Yeah,
don't
neither
think Sydney
do
wants
I.
to be with anybody. No.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna have to agree with you because of the simple
Mm-hmm.
fact I keep going back to when her and Dante were in those jump ball things together, and she was like, "Oh, I'm enjoying the single life," and I thought, "Well, you here to ready to love?" Like, I don't know. This doesn't. That don't. It does not align.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and maybe that was, sometimes it's just a defense mechanism. I'd rather stay single than get my heart broke because when we saw her with her mom and
Mm-hmm.
she was crying because her mom was like, she deserves to be with a great guy. And then she expresses how, she's really had bad relationships in the past. So maybe it's just, that's what we do. We put up a wall and not process that feeling to move forward. But I'm with you. It might have been a little more uh exas exacerbated because of the simple fact that she was hurt more. Like, you know what I mean? It was,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah,
I don't
because
think anybody is ready to love this season. I do not think anybody on the show is truly there to love. Maybe the kooky ones, but Camille and Cornelius might think they were ready to love, but overall, the only person I think that was genuine to me probably was Crazy Eye Tyrone. Sorry if I offended anybody. Um, and maybe the young lady Courtney that they voted off. I think she was. I think she just wasn't expressing herself in a way that she was. That she could tell what she was really looking for. So it came off kind of masculine to me, at least. And who else I think was actually looking for
I
love?
think maybe Aisha.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I love Aisha. I think
Yeah.
she's truly there for love, and she's actually playing the game really, really well. When she doesn't like somebody, even though they're not showing it, it looks like when she decides that she's not a connection with you, she lets it go. She's been pretty clean, moving from person to person, and I think she really, really likes Dante. But uh, I'm wondering if Dante is genuine, even though he says that he is. He gave the whole little speech with the parents, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the lifetime. I don't
Hmm.
know. He's giving me genuine vibes with her. Like, and
Hmm.
I didn't like him at first. I'm not gonna even lie. I probably
Hmm.
was a little like, I don't know about him. He still like might be player.
Yeah.
But after that situation with Zadia and how he handled himself, it made me look at him a little differently. So I got my fingers crossed that maybe he's genuine. When he
What do you
didn't,
think?
when
Oh, when he didn't
he was like
move.
barking and
Okay.
he just was like,
He was enjoying his risotto. He was just, you know how it is when the food is good and you want to finish your plate. I mean, I don't know. Plus,
you're right,
plus if he would
right.
have moved, he would have looked really bad because they'd have been like, "Oh, look, he's standing up on a lady." They would have, he would have been the most horrible thing on the planet. if he would have moved left or right, whatever he did, he was
Right.
going to be bad. If he would argue,
Yeah.
it would have been bad. It would just went wrong. So he probably was good sitting there. It was probably infuriating to her because I'm a
Yeah.
Virgo, and
Hey Virgo, come through Virgo.
I like energy. So if somebody's just sitting there ignoring me, it probably is going to make me more and more upset, which is probably what happened why she took off her shoes. But but if he would have moved, said anything, it would have been really, really bad.
Even if he had gotten up and walked away, it probably would have still been. It wouldn't have been, and it would have just been a horrible thing. Happy New Year, Jada. What's good?
Hey, happy New Year to Lisa and all the YouTube world out there. I'm I'm finally glad we came to a new consistency. It looks like the majority of the women don't mind you picking them up and putting them over your shoulder now. So I didn't know that. I learned something new. And I can definitely do that. Hey, look, listen, if you getting out of hand, I need to protect you and do what's best for you. Just pick you up and we shut it down and move you
I
to
would be
another
okay
space.
with it, but I'm not. Nobody has ever physically. Well, no, one person did, and but no one is. I have never physically been abused, and that's I think why it triggered her, I suppose. But add that with her being in her feelings, then the couple it because if she wasn't, let's just think about. Let's just be on the other side. Let's just be devil's advocate because if she wasn't triggered and thought that he really cared and they were like was into her and they were having an argument and he picked her up, would she have been so offended?
No, I think she would have been. She would have thought it was sexy. I think she would have thought it was sexy that he picked her up. If the conversation would have went a different way, that's my thought.
Well, I don't know if when tensions are high, I don't know if physicality should come into play because anybody can interpret something different and wrong. And as I just heard y'all were talking about the Dante and Zadia situation, I guess on my last review, I was so triggered by it because I was putting myself in that place because I've never been in that position, but nor would I stand for that. I don't. So to be clear, men and women think and react differently. So men and women are going to do different things. It doesn't matter how many women say, "Oh, he couldn't do anything. He could." A lot of men don't think like that. We all handle it differently. So what I learned from that situation was Dante did what was best for him. And I can get with that. Before I was just looking at me, he's like, no, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna let nobody do this to my face because I wasn't raised like that. That's something that's ingrained in me that to not allow whatever gender it is to be disrespected or to wait to someone to harm you or to see what's going to happen. I don't live like that. I don't live by those type of codes. So, but I was really surprised because I don't. To me, we can all say what we can do in hindsight, but I don't. I know I would have probably done something different than what Phil did because there's always options. There's always options. And first and foremost, being out in a private setting because there's always options.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna just mute her really quick. Keep going. She just came in fixing herself up, so I got her now. I got her covered.
Okay, so something well definitely like let's say that public settings. Like I said, I
got her covered.
I'm from DC. I don't know any bars that's open at 4 and 5. That's a little suspect, but we're gonna take it at face value. However, in DC, you don't even have what do you call it? It's like a self-protection law. If someone hits you, you don't have the right even to hit them back. I'm not saying that we're in a fight. If a police views you striking or physically assaulting someone, you go to jail. That's all it is. And if you react back, you're both going to jail. It doesn't matter who's at fault. So that was a position to be put in. And yes, you want to protect. A lot of us men do including myself, have a protective nature. However, you do have to think and use your brain because I don't know if that was the best move because somebody on the outside, and I'm gonna put it all together. If they were at an after-hour spot, DC concentrates their police around the after-hour spots because that's the spots that make money and they cannot have any kind of violence, especially gunplay around anywhere. They're always protected until they close. But that could have looked bad. That looks like assault. I'm not saying that he did it. She admitted that it was not. But again, I think there was another way to still handle it.
We all have. There always is another option, and in the moment, He probably did think that that was the best thing because she wasn't listening and she just was kept walking away. He could have just asked her, "Hey, can you walk this way instead?" I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm out in public and I'm yelling and screaming with somebody. I try to avoid all of them kind of like interactions and just be like, "Can we pick this up at a different time? Do you feel like let's put a pin in it? Because if it's getting that heated, where now you yelling and it's how do you diffuse it? It's just a ball of just mess. Everybody is not calm, cool, and collected like Dante in those situations. So I kind of agree with Tommy that that might not have been the place for it. It could have just been a conversation, and y'all could have hung up in each other's face, and you could have been fine and felt disrespected and went on about your life. That's just my opinion. Cause I don't want to be out in public acting like that. I don't want to be in private acting like that. I don't like it. It don't feel good to me in my spirit. So I don't like it. And when I do act like that, I feel so bad after. So anyway, hey Lodi girl, what's up? What's up? Happy New Year. I'm so glad to see you.
Happy New Year. Yes. It's a great year. 2022 is my year. It's my lucky number is 22. So
okay, come on,
22. By what J-Dub said, I thought he would be on the side of pick her up. You are shocking me.
I am.
Yes.
I think y'all misinterpret what I said. I mean, but
Yeah.
I still stand on it. Like if we go into the Zadia situation, she was the aggressor. And as I said, the way I was raised and my DNA is ingrained to not let anyone sit there and assault you and wait for something to happen. It doesn't mean, no, I'm going to attack Zadia or anyone else. I'm going to remove myself or I'm going to stop the attack. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it every time. That's me. That's not Dante. But we do things differently because I was taught that would you wait for Zadi to poke you in the eye and then say, "Oh, she's a lady." We don't roll like that. Where we come from.
I come from Cameroon, like Mumin. So I was my Cameroonian sister. Okay. So I don't know that's in that situation. I agree with what you were saying. I have to call you Miss Talisa, like out of respect.
Listen, honey, how old are you? 20 what?
27.
Yes, I'm 45. Call me Miss Talisa.
Okay. Miss Talisa, I feel like I agree with you when you're saying, when she was saying she was emotionally hurt, that wasn't about that physical altercation. That was about not being chose. But he shouldn't have picked her up. And why I said Phil was also triggered, because people are like, oh, she's triggered. She needs to go to therapy. She needs to work on it. Phil is also triggered because there's nobody in the alleyway. And you're saying something could have happened. Somebody could have jumped out and attacked us. Why are you worried about that? It's not currently happening. That's a past interaction that you've had that now you're bringing to the future and moving according to that. So he's also triggered. I think it gets annoying because with women, when they're triggered, like people try to put that on them, like you need to do the work. First off,
he definitely needs work.
She does need to do the work. Complex.
No. I'm talking about him, Phil. I'm talking about Phil too.
The work. I'm working on myself to have another book for you guys out there, Complex PTSD workbook, to work through the trauma. But when you're triggered, that is on you. But it's also, he had no empathy for her. He never apologized. He was like, I was doing what was best for you. And I think she just wanted to hear, I shouldn't have picked you up. That was disrespectful. And he never said that. And I think last week, or not last week, the week before, when you were saying Phil should have told her that she wasn't the one, or he should have been more forthright about where he was at. His answer was the answer. And she said that in the end, like if he doesn't act like you're the priority, or if he doesn't give you a straight answer, that first time, that was the answer. The second time, now he's wrong. Just be straight with her the second time. The first time, I understand you're trying to be smooth and like not trying to hurt her feelings. But the second time, just tell her it's not you, it's Sydney. This is the process. Get with it. By that point, she should have already known.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm agreeing with Lodi, except the part when we're talking about Phil was triggered. I can't get with that. Phil was triggered. He was just assessing the situation. That's a real situation as a man, because if you're protected, you're aware of your surroundings and what could possibly happen. I don't think he didn't say, "Oh, I was beaten in a dark alley before." He was just saying that, hey, she was walking towards a potentially dangerous and risky situation. So he felt that's the way he should have
That's the
he
same
should
for
have
her.
acted. So I
When you
mean,
pick
no, but you said Phil was triggered. Where was he triggered at?
But that's the same thing. She's reacting that way because something potentially has happened before. And so now I'm on alert because I don't know that could go that way as well. As a woman, like that's a perspective of whenever you're with a man, I don't know you. You could, the last time I trusted somebody, they attacked me. So now I'm with somebody I trust. Yeah, I'm going to trust you, but that attack could happen just as well. That's what I mean when I say that he's triggered is I'm kind of making fun of him because it's like, why can't she react that way and it be valid and not a thing that's like people, everybody in all the comments and all the videos have been like, she's wrong. She's trying to set him up. I don't think she was trying to set him up.
I don't either. I don't think she was really trying to set him up. I mean, I don't think she was trying to set him up either. I do feel that it was inflated because of the simple fact that, as everybody has mentioned, he picked her up in the kitchen. Different situation. She wasn't, but she felt like I told him, "Don't touch me, give me space," and then that's where the line was crossed because he actually, in the heat of the moment, picked her up and moved her. But I wanted to highlight where G Ward says we want men to be our protectors, and I want to talk about that just for a second and get your opinion because we do want men to protect us, right? If you were with, let me not say we. Hold on. Let me back that up because we all have different things. I would like a man to protect me. I would like to know that I am in a safe space. I'm not going to put us in a position where we have to be protected, right? Where it's, oh my God, I'm going to walk down the alleyway. But the simple fact of the matter is I want to know that I'm safe with you. And so here's where there's a little bit of a line because here's Phil trying to trying to make it safe for her, but it's also now you're touching me is this you know what I mean? Is this what is this? I don't really want you to touch me. I don't feel like you were assaulting me, but I told you not to touch me. And it's an emotional boundary. Like it's chaos. It's chaos. Hi,
Darlinda. How
y'all, I'm sorry I don't get excited to see y'all like that because I only get Darlinda hardly ever shows up like this. So it's exciting and my little spirit is happy.
And we got the same hair.
Well, listen, I'm about to go a little lighter. I'm gonna probably go your color.
Okay. Oh, I'm having a flash.
Bless your heart, girl. I understand it. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's up? What you want to say? What do you want to add to the pot that we're stirring in?
So I have been caught up in those dramatics before in the streets. And I just have to be honest sometimes. And I'm not saying this is the case with her, but a lot of times us women, we know how we do. I have been there in the streets of DC showing out. Say what?
I said in the alley.
Tipsy, a night of partying, drunk, an argument, you and your emotions, your feelings, you walk off, you're being dramatic. You know, she was probably pulling away. I think it was more physical than what they're saying. He was pursuing her. And it was kind of one of these things as women, I don't care what happens to me. I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to go get hit by a car. You know, I'm just being dramatic with that. But I'm just saying, you know, just over the top. And he thought it was best. Now, this is not a stranger to her. I can see if it's just some guy on the first date, everyone's sober, and you put your hands on me when I told you not to. Okay, no, that's a problem. I think that maybe they had been involved in other ways probably before. Their relationship was a little bit more intense than what we saw. Y'all think? Yeah. And
I want to ask. I want to know. I want them to tell us too.
That's what
tell us.
And I think she was in her feelings. She just was an emotional wreck. And I think they both were immature though. I think they were both being very immature in that situation, but that's just what happened. I think they should have kept it to themselves, to be honest. They didn't have to go to nephew Tommy like he was their daddy and discuss it with him. I really don't think no one should even have had to know about it, needed to know about it. to be honest.
Well, I think they probably said something because that energy that they had in their interactions was like, I don't fuck with you. Like,
Yeah.
don't look at me, don't do it this way. Like when they talked to Tommy, they didn't even look at each other. They didn't
No.
even look. He had to force them, and so I think that we probably would have read that energy, and then we would have been like, "Well, what happened?" And
Well,
so,
we would have been wondering because, and then I was thinking,
She
4
canceled the
a.m. in a
meeting,
seedy
too.
location. Was that a strip club? Where were they at? That's open that late.
Yeah, what place in DC is open at 4 and 5? That's serving
Strip
drinks.
clubs.
I'll just say people are, they getting on the metro bus by that
Yeah.
time. It ain't time for nightlife. I don't even know if liquor license support that being open that late. So
Yeah.
it's in
No,
question.
they couldn't have been drinking after 2. So
Yeah, that's what I said. It ain't
unless
the bar.
they were at, now I seen on Sydney's Instagram, her and Courtney work at the same club.
Okay.
They were like
I didn't
bottle
even know
girls
she
or
worked in before. She don't do it no more. They're not bottle girls.
no, they have recent photos of them working, and the
Mm.
cast members like going to see them at their jobs.
Oh wow.
So maybe it was one of their clubs. They knew they were, part of the show. Maybe they stayed open later for them. I don't know, but yeah, 4 in the morning. He said 4 or 5.
4 or 5
4 or
o'clock in the
5.
morning.
That's late. And
I don't
you know
know.
what?
In Florida, we have places that stay open that late, so I don't know. I'm not too
Well, we
familiar with
don't.
DC, but I'm gonna take
Yeah, we
JW's word
don't.
for it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
LA is so rough right now. It's going down so bad right now. I'm shocked anything is open.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there was a lady on another video I saw who's a native from DC also, and she was saying that because of gentrification, a lot of people think areas are safe, but you might have one street over that's still not good.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of different areas, no matter where you are, but that's anywhere.
Right.
That's anywhere. You have to be careful 4 in the morning. But I think that I think she's trying to make Phil look bad. He got the good. She gave up the cookie, and he didn't choose her.
That whole giving up the cookie is a choice that we make consciously.
Yes.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe we got them endorphins going and we got rose-colored glasses on. But I always feel like whenever I give up the cookie, it is a conscious decision before I got inebriated. Before I already made my mind up.
Yes.
Before we got to the space. So, I'm already weighing decisions. Like especially
That's right.
like that. I'm weighing the decisions.
The alcohol just gonna make it better.
It's just gonna make it. That's it. And I really, honestly, am not a fan of drunk sex. Like I don't like it because I need to see I need to know what's going on. I need to see what's happening.
You're such a Virgo.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini. It just makes us
one of my best friends is a Gemini. Okay, so I get it. That's why I don't want to talk about y'all so bad, but y'all be something else. So yeah, about 2 drinks. That's for me, and I'm all like, okay, I feel good. I don't want to go any further than that because now I'm on the line of, am I able to control myself? It does any of this make sense? Because I know what's happening, but it's not gonna make sense until in the morning. No, I need to be all the way conscious. Like,
right.
2 drinks.
Right.
2 drinks.
Do you guys think Phil actually took one shot the entire night?
Absolutely
it's possible
not.
if he was driving.
You don't think so, Jada?
No, he's been out for 8 hours and he just had 1 drink.
Yeah.
Come on. No. I mean, it's a lot of holes in that story. We missing a whole lot of details and information. And what Darlinda really brought something unique to the table, which I never heard. Like there was probably some more physical things going on than not. It was Shiloh looked beyond distraught, and they both seemed to be covering and hiding. You could tell there was some deception there when they was in the principal's office.
Not the principal's office.
Yeah, because I would dial in on that one. Because why go to Tommy? Okay, if Shiloh thought it was that serious, go to production or call the police. I mean, if it was that like that to you, if not, have a conversation with Phil, whether in person or the phone, and say, "Look, you violated me. I don't appreciate it," and we go from there. But bringing Tommy in it, like for what? And he wasn't even helpful.
Because she said she wasn't gonna let him meet her family because of that. Yeah. So it would have been like, oh, why? So I think that's why they had to explain it to fill that hole of oh, some things happened, and so now that's why she's not meeting the
Yeah.
family anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone
that makes
keeps
sense.
talking about Phil and the eye contact, looking down. My ex
He don't look.
didn't,
He don't look
but
at
my ex didn't have eye contact because he was shy. It had nothing to do with him being insincere about things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's what it is, but I think it's ineffective communicating because I have to look at you. I need to see your eyes.
Yeah, but
So
not
I can-
everybody, you know. That's
I
me.
tell-
I'm the same way,
Mm.
but
What,
not everybody's like that.
But you're the same way as it happened.
I
To
have
see
to
their
look
eyes.
you in your
Mhm.
eyes. Yeah, but
In
some
my
people are
culture-
comfortable with
That don't
that.
have good eye contact.
I was gonna say in my
So,
culture
I
they
really
teach
like to
the
see
women
your
not
eyes
to
when
do
talking.
eye contact. So like I had to learn to when I grew up to look people in the eye because in America eye contact is like I'm trusting you, we're here,
Mhm.
we're going. And in the islands, especially women and children, I mean not so much now, you're taught to look down or you're being disrespectful or you're fronting somebody. So
I can see that.
I had to learn to look people in the eyes. So
Oh,
you
interesting.
never know what people's
Right.
background.
I like when people come with these different perspectives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because I don't
V.
think it's a broad, you know, some people label folks this broad, oh, you don't look in the eye, that means you're this and that. And that's not always the case.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I call Phil on the ground Phil on my channel.
That's funny though. You
On
do,
the
because that's
ground. He just,
hilarious.
you know, you talk about anything other than giving presents or that surface stuff, he's on the ground. You know, apology, accountability, he's here with you. He can't look at you. So
On
to
the
me,
ground.
that's telling. But I appreciate the perspectives. It's making more sense. I'm learning.
Yeah, I did. I was like, you know, and you think about cultural differences all the time, but I didn't even think about it when it came to like eye contact.
Mhm.
But then I think about when I'm talking to my children and I'm reprimanding them. Sometimes I'm all like, "Who you looking at like that?" Like, like what are we doing? Like, you know, they're looking to me because I say, "Look at me when I'm talking to you." But in the next breath, I might be like, "Who you looking at like that?" But they are different looks that you see in their eyes, and it seems, as I'm saying it out loud, it seems a little crazy, and it might be, but it's what I do.
It's body
That's what I-
language. That's the biggest part of communication out of
It
anything.
is
Yeah.
the nonverbal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go. Happy New Year to you all, and I cannot
Happy
wait
New
to the
Year.
reunion.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you showed your pretty face on here.
Oh, thank
We'll
you.
see you on your channel. If y'all
Bye.
not following her already now, listen, it's a
Yes,
problem.
follow me.
Yes, it's a problem. Please and thank you. So, Elodie, I know you were trying to say something at one point. I meant to come back to it. Was when Darlinda was saying something, but I couldn't hear you. You remember what it was?
No, I said it was about the they probably showed us that because she didn't want him to meet his family anymore. So
Okay.
I was thinking also because there's been several shows where something went down similar, where somebody was. I'm just going to use what was it called? The show with the game. Something happened there, and that turned into a big lawsuit. Something happened on The Bachelor that turned in Paradise. That turned into a big lawsuit. So they probably were covering themselves to make sure it didn't turn into something like that as well.
That's a good point. Because lawsuits is real. People be all that big talk and then they want to go sue you, put you in jail. So you got to be mindful of all of that. You have to be mindful for sure. And, you know, I think that's one of the lessons I learned with my temper is that you have to be mindful. People are quick to call the police. They will ruin your life. Even after they didn't came and ran up on you and talked all kind of crazy and were aggressive. So it's just one of those things that helped me manage my anger. I think I'm really good at it now. I tell you guys that all the time. I do, because I'd be so happy. I'd be so proud. I like to toot my own horn every now and again. So were you shocked? Were you shocked that she self-eliminated? I wasn't. I knew that once she felt like he don't, you know, I see him now and he really isn't into me. I knew she was gonna self-eliminate. And that second conversation was just meant to clear everything up, you know, so that we see and save space and maybe express how they feel. Because he started off in his confessional saying, I really wanted to apologize to her, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then he went into explaining why he did that versus starting out. I always feel like if you want to apologize, do that. Don't be explaining. Don't go into explaining and be like, I'm sorry that I made you feel unsafe or I crossed the boundary. But this is why I crossed the boundary. I didn't mean to make you feel that way, but I need you to understand why. Because she didn't hear anything else. I see everybody in the comments saying that she said what she did. I don't care about what he feels. I don't care about what he thinks, which is a line for me of disrespect. Like, you don't care, then what we doing here? All right, take care. Because I'm not gonna have the conversation with you and you don't care. My opinion isn't valid. If that makes sense. Look at my brother calling. People always want to call when I'm live. They act like they got
I
something to say.
I thought that was the true definition of the term that I hate of mansplaining. That's what
I was gonna
Phil,
say
he
it,
did
but I
that.
didn't say it.
He did
I
that.
didn't
And I hate when people say that, but that was the perfect example. I mean, if you're going to apologize, apologize. But to me, what got me when he really doubled down and just said, I did what's best for you, it almost sounded parental or authoritarian. And that's not the way to come in with that. And she's not going to receive it well anyway. So it doesn't even make sense to even say that. I mean, even though we know that's what he believed and that's what he felt, but that was the problem for me. It didn't come off that he was trying to apologize, even though he was saying it. It was the type of words he was using. So he made the best decision for her because she didn't have it. So people are going to say, well, maybe she was inebriated and all of that, and that's why he did that. But he wasn't talking right, just to put it simple.
And that was her whole point. Why she's upset is that you thought that you knew what's best for me. It doesn't matter if what I want to do is reckless. I have autonomy over my body and my choices. That was her whole point. And then he's saying that disregarded that whole thing. He should have just, like y'all are saying, apologize. Just say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have picked you up. That was disrespectful. Boom, bang. That's it. It's like, you don't have to further put more sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just made a point. Here, stay tuned reviews. He's funny. Okay. I'm gonna have to go follow him because I'm just cracking up in the comments. But do you think that that's what it is? Like, because he did say he felt like she was attacking his character. I didn't get the attack on the character from her. Oh, I see the side eye up there. I see the side
That
eye.
body language. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't think that I think she was angry. I think she was emotional. That she wasn't chosen. But I don't know if I feel like she really was attacking him. But I don't know. Come on, tell me differently, V. Tell me what you see. So help me see what you see.
So I get that she felt like, she was violated. I get she felt traumatized, triggered, all those words. But it's the way she knew she had attacked him a little bit, because at first she was saying she was hurt, and she was going with that narrative, and then Tommy had asked her, do you feel physically harmed? And she's like, no, emotionally harmed. So she even knew that the words that she chose, how she was approaching the situation, definitely came off like she was truly, to me, it came off on TV like, I'm afraid of him and he did something that can cause me harm, and I don't feel comfortable with him anymore, which she may not have emotionally as she cleared up. But when it was first presented, they didn't give the context. Nobody could tell what was going on. They were speaking very vaguely. So automatically you're trying to figure out what happened, what he do, because people usually try to accuse people before they actually know what's going on. And I feel like the way that she portrayed it, it felt like it was an attack, like, you did this, I feel traumatized, you should have known. She was very, very stern, very, very, strong in what she was saying, and she probably felt strong because she was hurt. But the way it came off to me as a viewer is, hey, you did this, you needed, and of course, when people feel attacked, they get defensive. So he's already looking at the ground, like J-Dub says, and then it got even worse as she was speaking. He was shrinking down. To me, it played out like an attack. It may have not been an attack, but that's what it looked like to me at first, until they started explaining the context of the situation.
I think she did try to set him up a little bit.
Okay.
It was the undertone.
Okay.
Like, her points are valid. I think if he had apologized correctly, she wouldn't have kept going on about he tried to hurt her emotionally. She did make a point to say it was not physical, which I hate when they make that distinction, because emotional abuse can be just as strong as physical abuse. So making the distinction insinuates that emotional abuse doesn't matter as much as physical. And so I think by her by him not apologizing and still saying that I made the decision that was right, that's what kept her pressing on you disrespecting me, because he never fully apologized. If he had apologized fully, I don't think she would have kept saying that he hurt her emotionally.
Yeah, I can see your point. I do. The one thing I definitely agree on is that he should have apologized right out the gate. If that's what you want to do, apologize right out the gate. And that normally diffuses a situation. When they were meeting with Tommy, he didn't think he had done anything wrong. He hadn't really reflected and thought about, I wonder how fast they sat down with Tommy, because I don't feel like he thought that there was anything wrong with his actions. And that's the thing about apologies. It doesn't matter if I think something was wrong with what I did. It's how I made you feel. But don't tell me I'm sorry I made you feel that way, because now I want to fight. Like, don't do that. Just apologize. Like, I'm sorry that, or I apologize for picking you up after you told me not to touch you. She still might have been seething, writhing a little bit, but you can't say nothing after that. But I appreciate the apology. Thank you. But now I don't think we can move forward, because I feel like, we don't communicate well, and we're not a good match. I don't know. That's just me though. I try not to put myself in a position where I'm apologizing, because it takes a lot for me to apologize. So I try not to put myself in that place. That's just a Virgo thing I got that I be holding on to, even though I'm evolved. I be just really like, what, apologize? So yeah, that's my own bag I'm carrying. I'm working through it. I mean, did he throw her after? Darlinda asked, did he throw her after? Like, after he picked her up, did he throw her? And then did they ride together? My question is, did they ride together? So did they have to get in a car together to drop her off, or were they in separate cars? Like, I'm really I don't know, because that's a horrible ride to be in. I don't know. Somebody told me, apologize to Lisa. I will when it's warranted, after I've self-reflected a bit. I come back and be like, okay, so I understand what you're saying and I apologize. I do. It takes a lot though.
It's the Virgo in us. We're
It takes a
bad.
lot. Like, because we be right. We be right is what happens. Is we feel like
We've
we're
analyzed
right.
it already.
Yes,
So.
we did analyze it 50 million times, and there's no other way but us being right. But that's when I say it doesn't matter how I feel about it. If it's affected you in a certain way, you should apologize. But it takes me a minute.
What's your sign, J-Dubs? Mr. J-Dubs? What's your sign?
What's my sign?
Yes.
Zodiac. I'm a Pisces.
Yes. Oh.
I'm emotional. I'm an emotional man.
Yes.
Are you really emotional? Do you fall in line with your sign?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can just look on the YouTube, and that's pretty much me.
My dad and my sister are Pisces, so
my older son is a Pisces, so I know it. I know.
Yeah, very passionate people.
Yes,
so
I know.
All in or all out.
All in or all out. Yes, that is my
that's
son.
What
He is all in or all out. Yes. So I love you more.
As far as the feel thing, I kind of got that feeling where, like, I called it going to the principal's office, but Elodie made that great point about we're missing a piece where Phil was supposed to meet her parents. So that made more sense, because I thought she was trying to get him in trouble, because I said either, hey, go to the police, go to production, tell him you're not feeling safe, or have a conversation with Phil. But that made more sense when Elodie made that point. But something really brought light to my eyes. One of my subscribers said that, as far as like Phil, he was taking it personal about, I guess, those accusations that Shiloh was saying, but they were saying that it was more so she wasn't coming after his character, she was condemning his actions, and that put it like into perfect perspective, because it wasn't saying like, oh, you're such a bad guy, Phil, but absolutely your actions were unwarranted. It was wrong. Like, I mean, well, that's what I see it. But I was surprised, as I said. A lot of women are saying like, "Hey, Phil had to do what he had to do." I said, "Wow, I wish I knew that earlier. I could just grab a woman with, hey, look, I know it's best. Just snatch her up, put her on your shoulder, let's go." I mean, I didn't know we lived in a world like that. I thought that was back in the day.
Man.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's exactly. Put on your shoulder, let's go.
Nobody wants to. Nobody. Well, let me not say nobody.
I know women saying Phil. A lot of women are saying Phil did what he had to do as a protector.
Now and again.
Yeah, a lot of people don't agree. A lot of people are on the side that J-Dub is saying of that it was fine to be picked up. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
But then again, you have to think that those people have never been in the situation she was in, right?
Some
Like
people
she
have.
said,
Some people
but
were.
I don't know. I ain't seen them people. So, but I'm talking about some people who haven't, because they might have been, right? But I'm talking about the some people who, which makes me think of what's that syndrome when you start identifying with your captive? Like
Stockholm.
thank you, Stockholm syndrome. When I think about the women who say that they are okay with it, because normally, oh, maybe they've worked through it. Y'all hearing all my little analytical thoughts going out loud, so my bad. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I was saying. It's fine. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it won't.
It's some people's normalcy. That's how they deal with conflict. Some people, actually, men or women, feel like you don't love them unless you're making a ruckus or yelling or screaming or
Please don't
acting
yell.
crazy. It's like, oh, they really care. Oh, they chase me down the street in the middle of traffic. Oh, they love me. Some people really feel like that. And that's how sometimes they do to draw that energy. I'm not saying Shiloh did it, but some people do that. Chase me down the alley at 5 a.m, and let's see what happens.
I don't.
Toxic part of me is like, oh yes, I want that.
Toxic part, right? The toxic part of me is this. He cares, but the more evolved, the one with the common sense knows. That's it. I don't want you picking me up. That's me in the bedroom. Pick me
Don't
up.
ever pick me up, but chase me down the street in traffic.
Yeah.
Toxic part of me was like, oh yes, risk your life.
Listen, but why am I in traffic? I don't want to be running in traffic. I don't want to be That's where my mind goes. My mind goes, so what is my mental health state if I'm deciding to walk away from you and I'm running in traffic? If I'm in traffic and want you to chase me, that means you are trying to hurt me. So I don't know. That's where my mind goes. Look at Darlinda. I've been there. Listen, I don't like all that toxic stuff. I'm gonna be honest. Me and my husband, God rest his soul, one New Year's night, coming home from my brother's house, had an altercation where I got out the car, honey, and was gonna catch the bus that was not riding at night. Like, I don't want to be in it. It was so volatile and so like I could kill you when I get home. Of course, he didn't leave me on the bus stop, but it just was like we were fighting, like physically fighting in the car. And that was the last time he had a drink, because I always told him your demons come out when you drink. So he never had a drink after that. But I was also trying to leave him, and then he got sick. So it was a whole lot. But that wasn't the incident where I got somebody actually put their hands on me. Yeah, it's just I don't want that energy. My little heart, my little everything is like all in turmoil thinking about being that toxic. I don't want to be that toxic. That shit feels so toxic to me. I don't want to be in a space where we're outside and you're chasing me down an alley because I'm unsafe. Like, I'm being toxic at this point. I want to walk away from you, but I don't have to go down the alley and have you walking after me for you to pick me up. But that's just me, because I am from the hood. Like, I really am from the streets, and that energy is just overwhelming to me in this stage of my life. Is just too much. I cannot handle it. Like, I feel like I want to cry just thinking about how toxic situations can be, even though, like somebody said, she may have promoted it, egged it on a little more than she's letting on. I'm sorry, y'all, with my rant. Y'all, all three of y'all, because I can only see y'all. I know they looking at me crazy too. Y'all looking at me like,
I'm with you, because especially coming from an emotional person, those situations can be life or death. Ultimately,
yeah,
somebody could lose their life, somebody could lose their freedom. It's really that serious. So, to me, if any type of that energy pops up with me, I'm going the other way, because I don't want my life to change in such a negative manner. It's all negativity. Let's talk about it later if we can, but I'm not going to put my life at risk trying to work it out with you in that heated moment. I'm just not going to do it.
yeah. I'm now one of those people that remove myself, and so my mother and my brother say to me now. They always say, "You always running away," and I say it's for our safety. that I walk away from this situation and maybe we come back later. Because that's the first thing they say. You always running away. My homegirls be like, you scary now. Yes, ma'am, I am. Because the level of energy that'll turn in an instant. In an instant, it can be, like you said, J-Dub, life or death. So I'm gonna do what's best for me and remove myself, because I know certain triggers happen for me. And in working through those triggers, I know that I need to just remove myself when I feel it happening. I call it the train leaving the station. Oh, I hear it. Uh-oh, it's coming. Before we start, lighting the coals and it turned into an Amtrak, I got to go. So
at least you have that awareness. That's really good that you have that awareness. Some people don't have that awareness.
It took me a while though.
No, Talisa, you need to work on that. Like Dante, if someone's poking you in your face, you let them until they're finished. That's the woman and manly thing to do. Just sit there and just wait till they finish.
Sit there and take it,
Give them eye contact too while they're doing it, while they're poking you in your face. That's the right thing to do. That's what all the women tell me. So I'm gonna take their advice. I'm learning.
No, I'd rather you walk out and leave the house. Thank you. I'd rather
just wait for it.
I don't even want to touch you. Like, I'd rather you just go on and go on about you. Go on and come back when everybody is a little more calm. Even if we can't talk about it yet, just step away, please. Thank you. And I guess that's what
sister
do. Huh?
Can we talk about my Cameroonian sister, Mumine?
Oh, yes, we can. I thought they said she was I thought he was Cameroonian and she was
He's Ghanaian. She's Cameroonian.
I thought it was the other way around. But what do I know? I might have to look at my notes. My nose is running. Okay, yes, let's talk about her. What do you start us off?
I didn't know she was Cameroonian, so I was like, oh, they exist, because we never get representation. So I was like, oh, this is great. But I don't think that there's a connection. I don't know why they're wasting their time. I wish that her dad, like she was saying, was confused. Like, he thought that there was a proposal coming or something. He was like, I'm proud of you, proud of being on a dating show. That was so confused. Surprised her dad even showed up on the show, because my dad would not show up. But yeah, I think that Frank is going to pick Mumine and not Sydney. Because I don't think Sydney will put Frank. I think she wants Phil. So I think he's going to pick who he thinks he should be with, but it's not going to work.
You had me go look at my notes. I went to go grab my notes real quick.
Elodie's going to be on point.
Elodie's
going to be on.
It's the Virgo in me. It's the Virgo in me.
Verify.
Right. It has nothing to do with Elodie. Everything
don't trust
to do
the
with
Cancers.
I'm just saying. Let me see.
Nalante is from Ghana.
Who's from Ghana?
That's his real name. Say it again.
Oh, right, Nalante. No, it says
Nalante.
that she is from Ghana and he's from Cameroon.
No, you made a mistake. Because I'm
gonna go look. I'm gonna go look because I don't think so. I wrote that right when they said that.
Because her daddy said, "Why didn't you pick somebody from Cameroon?" She says, "Dad,
I'm gonna go look.
I have."
I'm gonna agree with you until I go look at the video, and then when I do my review, if you are correct, I will name you out loud.
You're gonna give us a little black book apology?
No. I'm just gonna be like, Elodie was right. The end. The end. That's it. Elodie was right. She's blah blah blah. He's blah blah blah. That's all I'm gonna give. Okay. Yeah, that works though. That's not an apology, but an acknowledgement because I didn't wrong you.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
But I think you're right about Frank is gonna choose her. But here's the thing: since both Frank and Sydney have two options, when are they going to? How are you gonna know that you didn't get chosen, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that he might choose her because she is probably the better choice. Because they're not so much alike. Let me plug my thing in. But I also think though that he is very much so infatuated with her beauty. He talked about how she, got body yada yada and that she looked like a model. So I feel like the look of her is what he likes. and is attracted to, and then he got some history from before since they in the same field. So I don't know, but I know she ain't choosing Frank because the sister was like, I don't think she choosing Frank. I'm gonna just hide myself while I go get my thing. Y'all talks amongst yourselves.
So I thought it was really like because I went to school with a very, very strong Nigerian community. They kind of adopted me and everything. I agree with you. I'm surprised that the father even showed up for this show, that he went along with the foolishness. So it was very surprising that he sat there and the questions were hilarious. But I, I, I think that Mumin and Frank are not a fit. It doesn't appear to me. I don't even know where that came from to me. I think Mumin just wanted to be chosen by somebody, and when she went along with it. And I'm not sure how Sydney ended up with Phil. I think that's an infatuation thing too. I think she was more into him because originally he wasn't paying her any attention, and some ladies feel like it's a challenge when a guy's not paying them attention to be able to conquer that man. So I don't think either one of the connections are genuine, at least in my opinion.
Well, I definitely got to agree with you there, V, because if you look back at it, Sydney actually hunted Phil. Like you said, when she wasn't getting that attention, she made sure that he came along with to the workout date, and she showed her spandex and doing all the yoga stretches and all that to make sure to get his interest. And from then, he's been on her line ever since. And with Mumin, I just think Mumin wants to be chosen by anyone. She's the same lady who followed Corey in the woods and allowed him to still participate his skit behind her on the law, even though it was major creepy. So Mumin is going from anyone. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Just Mumin and you add somebody. It doesn't matter. She wants to be chosen, and that's it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Cameroon.
Just we love Cameroon.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't really like her until I found out she was from Cameroon. That's the only really connector. But so I have to support her now.
Okay. Shout out to Cameroon and Ghana. She's back.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm in my bedroom, so the outlets are a little situated a little differently. So I had to go find an extension cord and a this and a that. Forgive me. But I'm here now. I'm here. Hi. Okay, so Miss Norma agrees that she's Cameroonian and Frank is Ghanaian. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2. All right. Look at me. Wait, that's fine. It's cool. Don't worry. You was right, Elodie. We're gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna even go back and check. I'm gonna just say they both from West Africa. How about that?
That's gross.
But I can admit that the information Elodie provided seems to be what's the word? Verified. Ray of sunshine. So Ashe, Elodie. So it is. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like I was running around all over the place. Okay, somebody is saying something. Thank you. As a fellow Black woman, I'm honored to share it. I'm on pins and needles waiting for somebody on the outside to say something that starts ain't story. And well, what happened? Don, what they say? Y'all be looking in the comments.
I guess he's talking about Phil and Shiloh, about we're leaving out some details because the story isn't completely making sense. And again, I detect the deception there. Like they're leaving some out and they're covering for each other.
Well, let's hope they share it with us in the reunion. Like, give us all the dirt in the reunion. Throw it. All the people who was watching, throw the dirt in their eyes so I can see. Like, I want to see. They won't be able to see, but I'm going to be able to see. Let me hear the truth. All the people that were in they say that, there were other people in there. So hopefully they can give us their perspective. What time is it, y'all? Oh, we done been here almost 2 hours, an hour and a half. What?
Yeah, I'm about to dip right now. I have COVID, so I'm feeling a little sick.
Oh my God, bless your heart. You got Amaria? Because I did see you coughing. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I got it.
Obadiah.
At the Omicron, I think.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It is called. The correct name is Omicron. Yes, ma'am.
Or I don't want you to get demonetized. I got, that thing.
Well, feel better. Definitely feel
Thank you.
better. For the cough, get you some lemon and some onions. Cut them up, put them in a bowl. Put some sugar over the top of it and cover it, and it'll become cough syrup. A healthy version of a cough syrup, and literally your cough will be soothed. I can't remember how long it was for, but it has worked for everybody that I've told to do that. So
I will try that. I've
cover it
never-
with some, it's just it doesn't taste. It sounds nasty, but it doesn't because you don't taste the onion. So when I say cover it with sugar, you know how you make strawberry cake, shortcake, that exact kind of thing, and you let it sit. Maybe say a little prayer on it or something. Let it sit,
That's my
and and then let it just sit there.
okay.
And then after it gets syrupy, have a little and rest as best you can.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
All right, hope you feel better. Bye.
Y'all got any last words y'all want to share?
Ladies
No, we were
first.
just. Oh, we're doing our final words. Okay.
Because I'm all looking like I don't. I think they
Okay.
were the most exciting thing to talk about.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, I genuinely feel I don't think this season gave what it was supposed to give. The connections don't seem to be real to me, but at least this episode had a little bit of entertainment value in it, even though they didn't eliminate anybody. Because not what is his name, Naeem eliminated himself the previous episode, and then Shiloh eliminated herself this episode. So everybody seems to be eliminating themselves. So I don't feel like there's a bunch of connections, but we got what we got.
Agreed.
Mhm.
What is that?
Yeah,
What
to
about
me
you, Jay?
the episode it really revolved around Phil and Shiloh's drama. I would call this a subpar drama. I was in shock when they said, "Oh, on the season finale." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
We here already?"
Mhm.
All the kind of curveballs they've been throwing, and they weren't good curveballs, if you ask me. I would like to just see them go back to the retreat format. That's my personal feelings on it. So hopefully, as the reunion does, they'll give us all this unseen footage and information that we didn't see throughout the season, because it felt very rushed and it felt all over the place.
Right, I was gonna
And
say they feel pieced
as
together.
as a person from DC, I felt slighted because, as I say every time on pretty much every review, um, these cast members, they don't really represent the DC feeling. And people say, well, does it really matter? It's like, absolutely yes, because you get a feel for the area through the people who've originally been there. These are actors and transplant. Even Sean, who was eliminated a few episodes ago, proved that when I saw him on a commercial. And I'm like, I could tell he wasn't from here, and I can tell he wasn't genuine. So I would like to see us truly represented, so you can get the flavor of the people. So because in that case, you can cast anywhere and then put everybody in a location if you're not going to
Yeah.
get the original people from the place. And I just want to send. I just dropped my what do you call it? My review on Ready to Love. So check out on It's J Dub's channel and get that male insight. And on our channel we say what we say, so I don't use no censors or anything. Just tell it how it is or how you feel, your truth. As long as YouTube don't get you. So that's it for me.
Looks like Misty agrees with you that retreat format um, was the best. And is that the one that was the first season in Houston? Is that the one where we first had COVID and everybody was in the
Yeah.
same place together? No,
Yeah,
not
with Winter sneaking around hotel room. Them
Yeah.
being all together was to me, way better. They got to spend 100% of the time together. You got to see the connections because people couldn't go other places. I think them doing the dates, it's not giving what you need.
What it's supposed to give.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to just put this one last thing because it looks like Aries does agree. Their situationships were closer than we know. He felt comfortable, okay, with picking her up because he did it before in the kitchen and not knowing that it was her trauma because it wasn't discussed. So, again, it could be a different, the different energy playful versus heated might have affected it.
Mhm.
But it is a conversation that probably should have been had. The
Yeah.
last thing I'm gonna say is nothing about Ready to Love, but Married at First Sight. Since they gonna go on and decide they want to come back, I don't know if it was the 5th or the 7th, but whichever day it is, or was it the 9th? I'm not sure what day, but it's coming back. Is it this week? This
Yeah,
the week.
I think
This
it's the
Wednesday.
5th.
Wednesday. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the 5th.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it's coming back. I'm gonna come back too. I'm gonna come back too, because
Mhm.
somebody let me use they log in so I could be able to watch what's that, Lifetime. It's not on YouTube. TV does not offer Lifetime, and I switched
Oh.
for Hulu because Hulu didn't offer OWN. So now I can just have both of them. I know that's y'all act like y'all don't be using people's logins and
All the
passwords.
time.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that, because I am. I'm excited about it, and I'm feeling good about the new year. And as long as I feel good about the new year, I'm not grieving as hard. So I feel like I will be able to show up without that energy that could carry and be bringing everybody down with me crying and shit. That'd be too much. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. So when I feel like that, I won't show up. But know that I love you guys in real life. I am so grateful that you guys showed up with your faces and not just your voices. Y'all know how much I love that. J-Dub come in, but I think last week or the week before that, he was doing something. That's why he didn't show himself on the screen. So we're going to give him a pass. But next
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah, that what happened. You were doing something. You were doing something.
Yeah, my basement is under construction, so I'm getting stuff together, and I was
Okay.
definitely working last week, so I really couldn't. I was up on the ladder, so I don't think I could get on camera.
No, you couldn't have got on camera. I didn't come last week because they had a bye week. But I feel like even if we don't, I made my mind up laying in the bed earlier when I realized it was 11:30 and I said I would be here by 12. I said that I'm going to every week go back to doing a Sunday live unless I have other plans.
All right. We're here for it.
Yeah. So we talk about all kind of stuff. So I love y'all in real life and want every good thing God has in store for you. 2022 is a new year. I'm just one of them people that believe every day is a new day, so you can start fresh every day. We don't have to wait till the new year. So take that advice with you. Every day is a new start, so you get to start over every single day you wake up. Y'all, I'll be talking to you later. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you soon in a few minutes. I'm gonna do this review real quick.
All
All
right.
right, we'll be there.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.